好，第三部分呢，我们接着来看第4和第6题。我们首先来看一下第8套题的第4题。我们先来阅读一下材料。Many animals use coloration to protect themselves from predators. One defensive strategy involving the use of coloration is what is known as revealing coloration. Animals employing this strategy have an area of bright color on some part of their body. This bright color is usually hidden from predators' view. When approached by a predator, the animal suddenly reveals the area of bright color. This unexpected display of color startles or confuses the predator and provides the would-be prey with an opportunity to escape. 读完了材料呢，我们抓住一些重要的一些信息以后呢，我们来审一下题。Using examples of the peanut bug or the morpher butterfly, explain the concept of revealing coloration. 我们首先看到我们要解释一个专业的一个名词 revealing coloration， 然后还要用到咱们会听到听力材料里2个例子 peanut bug or morpher butterfly。 然后知道了题目的要求以后我们先听一下听力。
Now listen to part of a lecture from a biology class.
There's a large tropical insect called the peanut bug. Yes, like the peanuts that you eat. And the peanut bug's front wings are colored so that they blend in with their surroundings. But its back wings, which are usually closed and hidden, have these bright, colorful spots on them. And when the peanut bug's attacked, it suddenly opens its back wings, and out pop these big, bright colors. And that surprises the predator and gives the peanut bug a chance to get away. And then you have a butterfly called the morpho butterfly. And parts of the morpho butterfly's wings are very shiny. They reflect a lot of sunlight. When this butterfly is resting, this shiny part of its wings is hidden. Now, morpho butterflies are often attacked by birds. So when a bird approaches, the morpho flies away. And when the morpho flaps its wings, all the bird can see are flashes of light reflected from the morpho's wings. Those flashes of light make it very difficult for the bird to follow the morpho, and the morpho is usually able to get away.
好的，听完了听力以后我们发现这还是一个讲述 biology class 的一个非常专业的一个 lecture， 可能在理解上需要咱们多下一点功夫。Revealing coloration is a defensive strategy used by animals to protect themselves from predators. 这块也是可以从 reading material 里面提取的。The professor uses 2 examples to explain this concept. The first example is peanut bug. The peanut bug's back wings are usually closed and have bright, colorful spots on them. When peanut is attacked, it suddenly opens its back wings to show its bright colors that surprise its predators. So it reveals the usually hidden bright color in back wings to startle his predators. The peanut bug can escape. The second example is morpho butterfly. Parts of morpho butterfly's wings are very shiny. When the butterfly is resting, the wings are hidden. When the butterfly is attacked by birds, it flaps the wings to reflect flashes of light that can make it hard for birds to catch the butterfly. In other words, it reveals the bright color of its wings to confuse its predators, so the morpho butterfly can get away. 然后首先呢，我们解释一下那个专有名词是什么意思，然后把这2个 examples 通过一些细节呢解释出来。这个是在咱们的听力的时候一定要非常认真听的。我们来看一下 TPU 第9套题的第4题。Film directors use different types of camera shots for specific purposes. An establishing shot is an image shown briefly at the beginning of a scene. 我们可以看到这个解释的名词很有可能就是咱们在题目中要碰到的。Usually taken from far away, that is used to provide context for the rest of the scene. One purpose of the establishing shot is to communicate background information to the viewer, such as setting, where and when the rest of the scene will occur. It also establishes the mood feeling of the scene. Due to the context that the establishing shot provides, the characters and events that are shown next are better understood by the viewer. 那么这段阅读材料呀，我们可以看到啊，这个 this kind of shot 有两种作用。The first one is communicate background information to the viewer. The second one is establish the mood feeling of the scene. 这两点一定要非常清晰的抓住。看一下题目的要求。Using the professor's example, explain what an establishing shot is and how it is used. 那么我们要先解释 what is establishing shot, 然后还要用到 professor's example. 它是怎么样使用的，一定要解释清楚。那么知道了题目的要求呢，我们就来听一下听力。
Now listen to part of a lecture on this topic in a film class.
The other day I went to this great new movie, and one of the scenes in particular I thought was really set up nicely. At the start of the scene, before the action and talking and things started, you saw on the movie screen an image of a city. You could tell it was a big city. There were lots of buildings, tall ones, skyscrapers. And the cars and signs on the city streets looked old-fashioned, like they were from the past, like the 1940s. The other thing I noticed right away from this first image, just when the scene started, was that the city seemed gloomy. You couldn't see much because it was, well, there was mostly darkness rather than sunlight, and there was only just a little bit of light from the street lamps. On top of that, it was raining and kind of foggy. All of these details worked together to create a dark, gloomy, mysterious feeling. So then, when the action started and it showed detectives talking to each other in an office, I already knew that the office was located in a tall building in a big city sometime in the 1940s. And I had a good idea that the events that'd be taking place would be pretty dark and mysterious because of the shot, the image I saw at the beginning of the scene.
好的，听完了听力呢，我们来看一下这个答案如何，然后大家可以对照一下。Establishing shot is an image shown briefly at the beginning of a scene in order to communicate background information to viewers and establish mood or feeling of the scene. 很明显啊，是从 reading material 里面总结出来的。The professor uses a movie he recently watched as an example. At the beginning of the movie, you can see an image of a city with tall buildings, skyscrapers. In the city, the cars and signs are old-fashioned. It seems like the city is in the 1940s. Also, before the scene started, the city seemed gloomy. Gloomy 就是这个电影的整个基调啊，就设定下来了。It was mostly darkness, with a little light from street lamps, and it was raining, kind of foggy. This gave viewers a dark, gloomy, mysterious feeling. So when detectives are talking in an office, the professor had already known that the scene is located in tall building, big city, sometime in the 1940s, and the event is dark, gloomy, and mysterious. 那么这个答案呢，就借助这个 professor 的一个例子呢，看过的一个电影，就非常好的解释出来了。那么最好呢，咱们在细节的这块啊，稍微缩减一点，然后最后进行一个总结，那么这个答案就会非常好了。大家可以尝试一下，能否把自己的答案啊变得更好一点。我们来接着看一下 TPU 第8套题的第6题。第6套题呢是直接听听力的，我们先来审一下题。Using the points and examples from the lecture, explain the 2 pricing strategies described by the professor. 我们可以看到啊，这个我们即将要听到的听力材料啊，主要是一个 professor 就 pricing strategies 进行的一个介绍。我们先抓住这个关键词，然后再听一下听力。
Now listen to part of a lecture in a business class.
Today we'll talk about how companies determine the initial price for their products. By that I mean when they first introduce a product in the market. There are different approaches, and today we'll discuss 2 of them. They are quite different, each with their own advantages. One approach or strategy sets the initial price of the product high, followed by a lower price at a later stage. Why? Well, when introducing a new product, companies want to build a high-quality image for it. Products that cost more are believed to be of higher quality. So, during the early stages of the product life cycle, companies can make very high profits from consumers willing to pay more for a high-quality product, and although consumers know that prices will eventually go down, they are also willing to pay more to get the product sooner. This approach works very well with, innovative high-tech products, for example. Now just think about when video recorders or video cameras or even cell phones first came out. They were very expensive, but then they became much more accessible. Another very common strategy sets an initial price low. Now this happens when the market is already saturated with the product, and the strategy is to undercut its competitors. Say there's a newly starting computer maker trying to gain market share. So what do? Well, they offer a computer at an affordable price, lower than existing brands. By doing this, the company appeals to new consumers who weren't probably even interested in getting a computer, and, well, of course, to existing consumers who might now be tempted to switch brands. Now, how does this company make profits with its low-priced computer? Well, one thing that's often done is to encourage their customers to buy accessories also manufactured by them, like printers or software, for example.
好的，听完了听力之后呢，我们要回答 What are the two strategies， 对不对？我们来参照一下这个答案。The professor talks about two approaches to make initial price of products. 我们分成两组。One approach is to set the initial price high, followed by a lower price later. Because companies want to build a high-quality image for new products, and products with high price are believed to have high quality. Companies can make profits from customers while willing to pay high price to experience high-quality products, especially those innovative high-tech products such as video recorders, video cameras, and even cell phones. 那么另外一种呢，非常清晰的分割开。Another approach is to set the initial price low to undercut competitors. For example, if a new computer company wants to gain market share, it sells computer in an affordable price, so the company can appeal to customers who wouldn't be interested to buy computers and those who want to change brand. The company can make profits through selling accessories to its customers. 我们要注意到啊，在作答的时候啊，有可能会遗忘，但是一定要注意啊，一条点都不能丢。可能细节方面我们会弱一点，但是千万不要丢掉一些关键的点，这样咱们在作答的时候啊，起码有一个基本知识能得到一个保障就可以了。咱们在作答的时候啊，可能会觉得，哎呀，时间很紧迫，但是我想说的点啊，有可能说不出来。咱们一定要在咱们 notes 上非常清晰的摆出我们要说出的几个 factors， 然后补充一些尽可能多的信息点。当然在说的时候啊，我们极有可能是说不全的，但也不要担心，只要抓住那几个大点得分点就可以了。所以大家不要紧张，好好准备，一定会有好成绩的。我们来看一下第6题。Using points from the lecture, explain how the passion plant and the potato plant defend themselves from insects. 这个题目一看也是非常有趣的，是植物怎么样保护自己的。然后知道了这样一个题目的要求之后啊，我们就先来听一下听力。
Listen to part of a lecture in a biology class.
We all know that insects like to eat plants. But some plants have been able to develop ways to protect themselves from insects. Today I'm going to talk about some ways plants defend themselves. Now, some plants have physical features that prevent insects from landing on them. Like the passion plant, for example. Its leaves have little spiky hairs all over them. They're like spikes sticking out of the plant that are so numerous and dense that they prevent insects from landing on the leaves. Basically, there's just no room for the insect to land. And since insects can't land on the leaves, they can't eat them. So the little hairs serve as a physical feature that helps protect the passion plant from insects. All right, but other plants protect themselves using chemical defenses, like the potato plant. The potato plant's able to release a chemical throughout its leaf system whenever an insect attacks it, starts eating the leaf. So, say an insect starts eating a potato plant's leaf. That will cause the plant to react by releasing a chemical throughout its leaf system. The insect swallows this chemical as it eats, and this chemical discourages the insect from wanting to eat any more of the plant. How? Well, the substance makes the insect feel full, like it's already had enough to eat. The insect no longer feels hungry, so it stops eating the plant. So, by emitting this chemical, the potato plant protects itself from insects.
好的，听完了听力呢，也会发现啊，平常不接触这块知识的同学会觉得，哎呀，专业知识有点多啊，理解起来有点难度。但是咱们只要抓住一些关键的信息点，就可以答得非常好了。The professor talks about two different ways of plants to protect themselves from insects. The first way is use physical features. For example, the passion plant has leaves with spiky hairs sticking out. The hairs are so numerous and defends that there is no room for insects to land. Since insects can't land on the leaves, they can't eat the leaves. The second way is to use chemical defensives. For instance, potato plant releases a kind of chemical whenever insects start eating its leaves. The chemical it releases can discourage the insects from wanting to eat more. So the chemical makes insects feel full, and then insects stops eating the plant. 咱们在听听力的时候啊，一定要多注意理解，其实理解才是最重要的。咱们可以凭借着瞬时的记忆说出很多关键的信息点，所以有可能呀，咱们没有办法把整句落在纸上，咱们可以抓住一些记忆中搜寻到的关键词落下来，这样咱们在作答的时候可以用得上。那么以上呢，就是咱们这一讲的全部内容，非常感谢大家。